For over a decade, Married to Medicine has held a unique place in the reality television landscape, a show that blends the high-stakes world of medicine with the dramatic flair of interpersonal conflict, luxury lifestyles, and unfiltered emotional confrontations. At the heart of the series since its inception have been two of its most prominent figures, Dr. Jackie Walters and Dr. Simone Whitmore. Both board-certified physicians, both Southern women of influence, and both central to the show's identity. But as the series enters its later seasons, a growing sentiment among fans, critics, and even longtime viewers is becoming impossible to ignore. It's time for Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone to go. This isn't a dismissal of their contributions. Far from it. Their presence helped define the tone and trajectory of Married to Medicine. They brought credibility to a genre often criticized for sensationalism, and their medical backgrounds lent authenticity to the title. Dr. Jackie, a renowned OB/GYN and entrepreneur, became a household name not just for her surgical expertise but for her no-nonsense attitude, glamorous lifestyle, and signature catchphrases. Dr. Simone, a plastic surgeon with a flair for drama and a penchant for confrontation, quickly established herself as one of the show's most polarizing yet magnetic personalities. Together, they formed a dynamic duo, sometimes allies, often adversaries, that drove much of the show's narrative engine. Their feuds, alliances, and emotional outbursts have been central to some of the franchise's most memorable moments. Yet, as the years have passed, the same qualities that once made them compelling have begun to feel repetitive, exhausting, and increasingly out of step with the evolving cast and audience expectations. One of the core issues lies in the stagnation of their storylines. For seasons on end, viewers have watched the same cycles repeat. Misunderstandings escalate into shouting matches, apologies are made and broken, and personal grievances are aired in lavish settings with designer cocktails in hand. While conflict is a staple of reality TV, the nature of Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone's disputes has begun to feel less like organic tension and more like manufactured drama designed to sustain relevance. Dr. Jackie, once celebrated for her wisdom and maternal presence, has increasingly come across as judgmental and controlling. Her tendency to position herself as the moral compass of the group, often critiquing others' parenting, relationships, and lifestyle choices, has worn thin. While accountability and honesty are valuable traits, her delivery often lacks empathy, coming across as sanctimonious rather than supportive. Her infamous "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed" tone has become a running joke, not because it's funny, but because it feels performative. A catchphrase deployed to assert dominance rather than foster connection. Similarly, Dr. Simone's character arc has plateaued. Initially introduced as a confident, successful surgeon unafraid to speak her mind, she has, in recent seasons, devolved into a caricature of her former self. Her reactions are often disproportionate, her accusations frequently lack evidence, and her willingness to cut ties over minor slights undermines her credibility. What once read as fierce independence now reads as impulsivity. Her tumultuous relationship with her husband, Dr. Peter Whitmore, once a compelling subplot, has become a repetitive loop of accusations, reconciliations, and public airing of grievances that no longer feel genuine. Moreover, their dominance on the show has inadvertently stifled the growth of other cast members. Newer additions like Dr. Contessa Metcalf, Toya Bush-Harris, and Quad Webb have brought fresh energy, diverse perspectives, and relatable struggles to the series. Yet, time and again, the spotlight is pulled back to Jackie and Simone, whose conflicts overshadow more nuanced conversations about mental health, marriage, career challenges, and racial identity within the Black professional class. The show's producers seem aware of this imbalance. In recent seasons, there have been attempts to elevate other cast members, to diversify storylines, and to explore issues beyond the Atlanta social scene. But as long as Jackie and Simone remain at the center, the show struggles to evolve. Their presence acts as an anchor, keeping Married to Medicine tethered to a formula that worked in 2013 but feels outdated in 2024. Another concern is authenticity. Reality television thrives on real emotions and unscripted moments, But after more than 10 seasons, it's difficult to believe that every outburst, every tearful confession, and every "I'm done with you" moment is spontaneous. The repetition suggests scripting, prompting, or at the very least, a reliance on familiar tropes to maintain ratings. Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, as veterans, are likely complicit in this cycle, aware that their most dramatic moments garner the most attention. But this performance-driven approach undermines the very premise of the show, that these are real doctors navigating real-life challenges. There's also the issue of representation. Married to Medicine was groundbreaking in its portrayal of successful Black women in medicine, a demographic historically underrepresented in both healthcare and media. But clinging to the same two figures risks reducing that representation to a narrow archetype, the glamorous, confrontational, emotionally volatile Black woman. While Jackie and Simone are complex individuals, the editing and narrative framing often flatten them into stereotypes that contradict the show's potential for depth and diversity. Letting them go wouldn't be a rejection of their legacy, it would be a necessary step toward reinvention. All great reality franchises evolve. The Real Housewives series thrived because of cast turnover, new. There's also a broader cultural shift to consider. Audiences today are more discerning. They crave authenticity, growth, and substance. They want to see women supporting one another, navigating professional challenges, and addressing real issues like work-life balance, systemic racism in healthcare, and mental wellness. While Jackie and Simone have touched on these topics, their storylines are too often derailed by personal vendettas and petty drama. Imagine a season of Married to Medicine where the focus shifts, where Dr. Contessa's journey as a psychiatrist and advocate for mental health takes center stage, where Toya's resilience as a single mother and entrepreneur is explored in depth, where new cast members bring fresh perspectives on medical ethics, healthcare disparities, or innovation in medicine. The show could become not just entertaining, but impactful, using its platform to educate, inspire, and challenge. According to her official campaign website, the issues relevant to her platform include access to healthcare, criminal justice reform, education, and the economy. I'm Dr. Heavenly Kimes. A mother. A doctor. A businesswoman. And now, a candidate for state representative in Georgia's District 93, exclaimed Dr. Kimes on Instagram. I've seen firsthand how our communities are being left behind in healthcare, education, entrepreneurship, and justice. I'm stepping up to make sure our voices are not only heard, but respected under the Gold Dome. Azealia Banks took to X on Monday, July 14, to post screenshots of what she says are direct messages from Conor McGregor, including graphic images of his genitals. In one alleged message, McGregor reportedly wrote, "Don't be a rat 'cause all rats get caught," alongside a photo of his erect penis. Another image allegedly showed him with a weight hanging from his genitals, captioned "lifting weights." The authenticity of the images has not been confirmed, although Banks aired it all out to the public. How you gonna send a by ***h some crooked ***ck pics then threaten her not to tell, she wrote alongside the screenshots, adding, "Mia, do you know who the FK I am? This is haram." The singer-slash-rapper claimed this wasn't the first time she and the MMA fighter exchanged explicit content. "Nomi and Conor McGregor have been sending each other unsolicited nudes since 2016, she wrote on X, LOL. "I have never met the leprechaun, but today is his birthday and he wants everyone to make a wish and blow out the candle." She also took a jab at McGregor's reported political aspirations by saying, "Ain't you trying to be the president of Ireland? What is it giving, fam?" before adding, "Funny how big of closet MAGA bait that was. Men are so homo and obsessed with ***ck it's not even funny."
heart content.